Hey there, welcome back to the show. We've been debating this in our group chat for the last few days. I think we've been kind of debating it all year long. The classic Blazer fan argument of did they win the Dame trade? Who won the Damian Lillard trade back in summer of 2023? Blazers gave up Damian Lillard, Yusuf Nurkic, Keon Johnson, and Nasir Little, and they got back Milwaukee 2029 pick, Boston 2029 pick, Milwaukee 2028 swap, Milwaukee 2030 swap, DeAndre Ayton, Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, Golden State 2024 pick, and Tamani Kamara. Obviously, the Suns just got swept and bounced out of the first round, and the Bucks are kind of on, is Dream Street the right term? Something like that. They're in danger of being knocked out with a hurt Dame and a hurt Giannis. Blazers have been not playing basketball for a few weeks now. So which of those teams do you think won the trade? Riley, let's start with you.
Is it possible for three teams to all lose a trade? Is that feasible? I,
Except for Boston. Boston may have been the winner of this with getting Drew Holiday for.
no, I think that's absolutely correct. I think it's that Boston made themselves better by landing Drew Holiday at the end of it all. They came in like vultures and picked the carcasses of this botched trade. And it's hard to tell exactly how this is all going to shake out because so much of the compensation was in picks. Maybe in, 2029 or whatever, someday this will look like it actually worked out. Right now, it feels like it did not work out. We gave up our whole team basically, and the team isn't even fun to watch play basketball anymore. So that's a loss to me. The worst part being, of course, that we ended up with DeAndre Ayton, because the fact that we have Ayton, who is not a starting caliber center in the NBA, who has been
What?
nothing, he
What?
isn't.
I think we need to let Colton just start it on
What?
this one.
Not
He's
a
just
starting
so
caliber
animated.
center in the NBA? That's the
And
craziest thing I've heard since we've talked about this.
and
That,
neither is Nurkic, by the way. Neither is
oh
Nurkic. They're both
man,
backups.
Riley, I have some opinions on this one.
Go
Go
right
ahead,
ahead.
keep going, keep going. I'm sorry. I had to interrupt.
He's down there like dancing and shit.
I had to interrupt. I go ahead. I'll respond once you're done.
All I'm gonna say is that the Portland Trailblazers lost this trade. The fact that they had a top 75 all-time player and a couple other serviceable pieces and gave it up for DeAndre Ayton, which is really, it looks like, about all that we got out of the deal, is really devastating for a Blazer fan.
Okay. I need to talk. How much time do we got? Kirby, say again who the Blazers traded away. Really quick.
Nurkic, Dame, Keon Johnson, Nasir Little.
Okay.
I think that's it. I'm pretty
Let's
sure
go
that
down the
is it.
list of players the Blazers traded away first. Keon Johnson. Is he in the NBA anymore? He shouldn't be if he is. Nasir Little cannot get minutes on a team with no depth. Yusuf Nurkic, 3-17 career playoff record. 3-17 career playoff record when Yusuf Nurkic is healthy. The
I feel
team
like you're
keeps on.
burying the lead here, Colton.
No,
Who's
I'm
the
getting
who's the
there.
other one? Who's the first
Damian
name I
Lillard.
said? Who's the
Damian
first
Lillard.
name?
Yes, Damian Lillard. Let's talk about Damian Lillard really quick. Damian Lillard was an amazing player for the Blazers. Was amazing. So many highlights, so many fun moments. I get that. He's also approaching 35. He's also not a great defender. He's also coming up with injuries in the playoffs right now. That is not going to happen in the future. That's not going to be a problem the Blazers have in the future. The Blazers, we need to not look at the instant gratification of this. The real benefits are coming. You don't have to wait until 2029. If you're a good growing team by then, guess what? Those picks are used in trades to finish your roster. We're looking at teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder for comparison that are getting all these picks and also drafting high in the draft. And now look at them. They've got young stud players and still tons of picks in the future. That's the model the Blazers are chasing. DeAndre Ayton is a more than capable quality starting center in the NBA. Not even a question. I don't even know how you can even say that. I can't even, yeah, I'm lost on that one. He is definitely a starting caliber center.
Hopefully he buys a bed. Hopefully he bought a bed before
And
the start.
Imani Kamara is more than just change thrown on there. He has shown he was a rookie this season and he played well. He was way more valuable player than either Nasir Little or Keon Johnson, who basically just got thrown on there for free. The Blazers already are looking at getting a lottery pick, which you do not get a lottery pick that often when you trade away a star player to a contending team where they want to go. You're already getting a lottery pick in the very first season of the trade. That does not happen very often. Yes, it's the 14th pick. That's pretty solid when you're trade. You're not going to get dollar for dollar in a superstar trade. You're never going to get it. We got to be more patient than that. I still think that the end result isn't done. I think Brogdon will be on the move this offseason. You're going to get some stuff for him. Robert Williams, that's kind of a question mark. And I would have liked to have actually flipped him just because of his injury problems in the summer.
I was going to ask, like, clearly got your guys' opinions on this, but adding a new fold into it, who won the Drew Holiday trade? Should Blazers have gotten more for Drew Holiday, or did they get enough with Robert Williams, Brogdon, and did they get the Boston 2029 pick too?
Boston 2029 pick and the Golden State pick, I believe.
Oh, that came from the Drew Holiday?
That's the result, the end result. Yeah, I was just lumping it all together. Yeah. But yeah, I think that the Blazers are a winner in the trade. I think it's clear. I think we'll see it more in the future. Obviously, it's not instant gratification, but that's never what a rebuild is. A rebuild is not we blow the team up and we're good the first year. We needed to know this was what was going to happen to win. The Blazers have to draft their players. It's always how it's been. So give yourself more chances.
I think that ending up with the Golden State's pick for Drew Holiday with the other pieces we got, I think that's okay. Drew Holiday wasn't a good fit for the team with what we needed to do. Really no better of a fit than Damian Lillard was, you know. So yeah, we had to move him on, and I think we got okay value for him. But yeah, Ayton is not the starting center of our future. I don't think he's a starting center of any team that's going to compete for a championship. I just don't think he's that guy. He doesn't have, I mean, here's the thing. Phoenix, the team that just got swept out of the playoffs, their fans are still flooding comment rooms saying that they fleeced us for Nurkic by giving up Ayton because they were sick of him. They were sick of his crap. They were sick of the mentality. They were sick of the fact that he didn't show up to certain games. That's not what a starting caliber center does. So no, I'm not happy with getting Ayton for Damian Lillard. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with the pick side of it.
Yeah, and I think that's one of their big moves this offseason is trying to get something for Malcolm Brogdon. Hopefully they'll be able to get another young piece, maybe a pick out of that.
Look for him to go to like Philly, is my guess, if Philly keeps the band together.
For
assets, picks, salary relief. You're not going to get a young blue chip for Brogdon, but if you get, a first for him, that's a win.
I'm begging DeAndre Ayton to continue the way he was playing when the games didn't matter, when they matter next year. That would be awesome if we could start getting 20 and 10 out of him and not the beginning of the season where he wasn't even shooting the ball. But yeah, I kind of agree with Riley, not necessarily in the value, because hopefully we'd be able to Blazers would be able to get something for Ayton down the line, but I don't know if he's going to be a Blazer for very long. I don't know if he necessarily fits the culture of the Blazers and Portland. I don't know if the fans are really going to take to him, sort of like those Phoenix fans. He might be better in an environment where he's really coached up and there's like a kind of a culture to come into, like a Miami or something like that stands out. Just a team that also maybe a place where you can party and stuff and have fun.
They wouldn't put up with him in Miami, I don't think.
What?
I don't think they'd put up with him for very long in Miami.
He could sort of it could take him under their wing. You know, I don't know. He might need somebody like to kind of hold him accountable. We'll
He
see.
he I think we got to get, it's just like everything else. You can't just judge it off the beginning part of the season when the whole roster was out. He was the only guy out there for half the year that was an NBA caliber player, and he did nothing over the last 2 months except put up the exact kind of numbers everyone wanted him to, playing efficient basketball. He's already proven he can be a player on a winning team as like the third or fourth best player on the floor. 2 wins away from a title. I mean, proven it. So it's already been proven. So I think it can happen. Will it happen here? That remains to be said. But he's
What
definitely
happened with that team though, where they were 2 wins away from a finals, and then within 2 years,
Giannis.
the team hated him. You know, the team hated him, the city hated him. Like
Chris
clearly something
Paul
happened.
grading on everybody like he does every single place he goes. Chris
He
Paul is
probably
hated by
he
half
probably
of his
shoulders
former
some of
teammates.
the responsibility. Like I'm not saying all of it,
He
but
probably does.
probably a non-0% of the problem was him. You know, he seemed like he had issues with the coach. He seemed like he had issues with the fans. Seems like he had issues with his teammates. Maybe he's just young and immature, and maybe you know, he's maturing as we speak. He's probably still only like 24, 25, something like that.
I think he gets a bad rap. I think it's definitely
Man,
over
if he came
hatred
out and
on.
played like any resemblance of the way he was playing towards the end of last year, and he starts having some pick and roll chemistry with Scoot, maybe they get some shooters to give him some more space. It could be exciting really quickly. I don't know. I feel like it's a huge question mark what they're gonna get from him. And I feel like it's gonna be a huge question mark for a long time moving forward. I think it's gonna be he's I think he's just kind of one of those players you never know what version of him is gonna show up. And when he's good and engaged and in it and feeling good and stuff, he's gonna look really good. And then there's gonna be a lot of stretches where it's like, where's Aiton? But maybe he'll start to find some consistency though.
Talk to some Phoenix insiders and some Phoenix fans. I swear it feels like they'd take getting swept over having DeAndre Ayton on their team.
I think they're done with Nurkic reading their message boards. They are beg. I've seen them begging for Aiton back because Nurkic is not it. 3-17. And again, I'll leave you guys with this. The value in these trades was not in DeAndre Ayton overall. They're taking a test drive on him. The value is on those picks. The Bucks right now are already aging out of their roster with very little avenues to improve their team other than trading like Giannis, for example. They've already traded a lot of their assets away to improve their team in the future. So those picks are going to line up when Giannis is like 35 and has his athleticism gone, and Dame is retired or off the team being 39 years old.
Back in Portland.
Maybe. But that's my point. Like those picks are Milwaukee is not a free agent destination. They're not going to have a lot of picks to make room. So those can be used as trade chips. Those can be used when the Blazers are in a heyday and they're just adding more young talent. It's just don't look at it as instant gratification. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to do because I think that those picks are valuable.
I wonder if Thunder fans, the few years after the PG and Westbrook trade, like the year or two after, they were probably having these same conversations, and now they're like,
Bet.
"Look at this team we built around it." It does take time though, and you know, it's just a long investment. You're looking at like 5 years down the line when this team could hopefully be competitive again. Maybe it'll be sooner than that,
I give
especially
it
if
3, 2 or 3.
well, these picks are like 2028, 2029. These are like 4 or 5 years down
Just
the
like the
road.
Thunder. Look at their pick stock. They still have those in the back pocket. They can swing for a superstar still and have the best offer. And they
Yeah, the
already have
Blazers
the number
just
one
didn't
seed.
get any really recent picks coming up within the next year or
Yeah,
two. But it
except
seems like
this one.
yeah, the Golden State pick. It's probably
Yeah.
going to be a mid first round pick. It does seem like it's probably going to be the Blazers picks that really get the superstar players, though, you know, from being so bad, from tanking, basically. It's going to take 3 or 4 years of tanking to get several lottery picks and hopefully 1 or 2 or 3 of them, or if you're the Thunder, 4 or 5 of them hit. And you get Sam Presti as your GM and everything works out. Well, let us know in the comments down below. Who do you think won the Dame trades? Or are you just a patient dude who knows that you don't have the answer to that until 2030? Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one. Bye.